Do you need the question translated también o no?
Maybe yes.
Yo voy a preguntar en español.
Oh, thank you.
Es un tiempo difícil quizás para este equipo. ¿Cómo están ustedes enfrentando esta dificultad ahora como equipo?
This is a difficult time that you guys are going through. How do you take it? How do you guys push forward?
Es duro la situación de no sumar 3 puntos. Está claro que tenemos que tener autocrítica, todas. Creo que se puede dar mucho más y demostrar mucho más en el campo y a partir de ahí llegarán los 3 puntos. Mientras tanto, lo único que queda es seguir trabajando durante la semana, trabajar lo que hacemos en los entrenamientos y sobre todo exigirnos mucho más.
It's difficult not to get the 3 points. We definitely could have done much more on the field. We need to be autocritical, and we just need to start working harder in training so that we can get those 3 points.
Muchos de tus compañeros no están con el equipo por lesión y es gran parte de esta dificultad la cosa de no tener estos compañeros en la cancha.
You're missing a lot of your teammates due to injury. Do you think that a lot of the difficulties arriving from the play is because of those injuries?
La plantilla que tenemos es muy larga. Es cierto que tenemos bajas importantes que al final afectan, pero creo que no hay que mirar eso, hay que mirar ahora mismo lo que tenemos, lo que estamos trabajando. Y no, para mí creo que no es el problema. Vuelvo a repetir que hay que exigirse mucho más. Por supuesto me incluyo y todas las compañeras y a partir de ahí vendrán las victorias.
It's a big roster that we have, but that is not the issue. We need to keep working harder. There are names that could be giving more and we should all be giving more, but it's not the injuries that are causing this difficult run.
¿Y qué pueden sacar ustedes de un partido como esta noche?
What can you take away from a game like this tonight?
No, yo lo único que saco que hay que ser más agresivas, defensivamente sobre todo. Soy de las que piensa que si no te meten gol es mucho más fácil ganar un partido y primero hay que defender bien para luego atacar en condiciones y estar bien posicionadas, que la primera parte no ha sido así. Creo que mentalmente nos está afectando sobre todo que no estamos ganando los 3 puntos y se nota que bueno, tenemos jugadoras increíblemente buenas y creo que hay que dar un plus y no perder sobre todo tantos balones.
We need to be more aggressive on the defensive end and we need to be better structured on the offensive end. I think it's getting to us not being able to get those 3 points, but we just need to do better on both sides of the ball.
Me parece que hicieron más con la pelota, con el espacio, con todo allá en la segunda mitad. ¿Qué hicieron diferente ustedes después del medio tiempo para sacar un poco más?
Sí, las primeras. Pues,
It seems that you guys did a lot more with the ball in the second half compared to the first half. What changed from both halves?
Lo primero, la agresividad, estar más concentradas en defender y en ir a la presión. Las primeras partes no se nos están dando bien, no sé si es mental, si es que nos cuesta entrar en el partido. Creo que es una cosa que hay que cambiar y hay que trabajarlo para que no siga ocurriendo. Y diría que sí, que todas las segundas partes salimos diferentes, más agresivas, con balón más controlado y nos falta pues marcar el gol que nos está costando bastante. Creo que cuando entre uno entrarán los demás y hay que ser positivas y seguir adelante.
We were more aggressive in the second half. I think the first half is just not working out the way that we had hoped so far this season, but we were definitely more aggressive in the second half, and once we see that first one go in, we're going to start to see them go more in, and it'll be easier for us as a team.
Y particularmente nosotros no vemos mucho a Keke cuando está en entrenamiento y todo, pero ¿qué viste tú de ella cuando llegó a la cancha?
So we usually don't see KK during trainings, but what did you see from her when she came onto the field?
Keike es una jugadora muy joven que realmente nos da ese plus de velocidad y de agresividad que muchas veces se necesita un equipo, pero no hay que presionarla, es muy jovencita y yo creo que está cogiendo muy bien el ritmo, se está adaptando muy bien y creo que nos va a dar bastantes alegrías.
KK is a really young player who brings a lot to the team, but I don't think we could put too much pressure on her being that she's so young. I think we need to keep helping her as she grows as a player.
Ya van 4 partidos donde les meten gol, pero este ya es el segundo partido donde no meten gol ustedes. Entonces, ¿crees que la preocupación es más ahorita de que no les vayan a meter gol, tratar de mantener esa portería en cero, o la falta de gol, lo que falta en el equipo?
Para... Uy, perdón.
This is the second time in a row that you guys didn't score. Do you think that you guys are having particular trouble getting that first goal?
Para mí, lo he dicho antes, primero hay que defender bien, intentar que no nos marquen tan fácil. Además, suelen ser errores nuestros que creamos nosotras mismas. Es una cosa que hay que mejorar y siempre digo que si se defiende bien, se ataca bien. Y no sé, hay que trabajar en eso y sobre todo ser más compactas en equipo.
We definitely need to defend better, and once we find the synchronicity on the defensive end, then we can definitely attack better as a unit. And once we do that, I think that we can improve a lot and find those goals that we're looking for.
Y hablando de eso, hubo aproximadamente 9 disparos, pero solo una puerta. ¿Crees que hay algo que tú puedes hacer mejor para ayudar a tus delanteras para poder disparar al arco y tener un poco más de chance de poder anotar ese gol?
Sí, está claro que es...
9 shots tonight, only 1 on goal. Do you think that there's something that maybe you could be doing better to be able to, create more opportunities offensively?
Sí, seguramente que yo y todas de atrás tenemos que circular el balón más rápido para que igual les llegue a las de arriba pues mucho más accesible. Es cierto que a veces hay que soltar antes el balón. Y creo que es una mejoría que hay que hacer todas. No solo es que las delanteras no marquen gol, que las defensas no defiendan. Esto es un trabajo en equipo y creo que estamos en una mezcla ahora mismo de situaciones que hay que englobar todo en uno, no solo pues un error en las atacantes o en las defensas.
We need to move the ball faster, and once we do so, the play will be much better. But right now we're in a situation where both the attackers and the midfield, the play isn't there right now. So I think if we move the ball faster, it'll be much easier, and we'll have a better time seeing chances up the field.
Any questions on the Zoom, Parker Long? Nope, doesn't look like it. All right, gracias, Claudia.
Thank you so much.
También estás tú, que hablas español. De una.
All right, well, we get started with Ana Guzman now. We'll start in Spanish with Jonathan, and then we'll go to English, and then we'll go to the Zoom.
Lo primero que se te viene a mente después de esta derrota dura esta noche.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind after this difficult loss?
Creo que tenemos un buen equipo, pero nos falta mejorar muchas cosas. Tenemos que tener mucha más personalidad y carácter dentro de la cancha, ser un poquito más guerreras en el juego y nada, esto es un proceso, paso a paso, lo vamos a seguir superando y con trabajo en equipo podemos seguir adelante.
It's a difficult loss, but we need to be better. We need to be more aggressive and work more as a team in order to move forward from this.
Con tu juego hoy, ¿te sientes cómoda como jugaste hoy o hay algo que puedes a lo mejor cambiar para el próximo juego?
Did you feel comfortable in the way that you played today, in the position that you played today?
Creo que es el primer partido, paso a paso puedo seguir sumando y lo que es mi estilo de juego y demostrar que puedo ayudar al equipo y sumarle al equipo.
It was my first game and I'm just starting to get minutes, and I think the more minutes that I get, I'll be more comfortable on field, which I think will inevitably help the team.
Una pregunta de, ¿fue centro o tiro?
Was it a cross or a shot?
Fue centro.
It was a cross.
One of my questions right there. Pero ¿cuáles son algunas de las emociones tuyas al hacer tu debut aquí en casa?
Creo
How do you feel making your home debut?
Creo que es una emoción muy bonita, ha sido especial para mí personalmente. Vengo de momentos difíciles, entonces creo que es bonito poder debutar en esta liga que es también importante en el mundo y nada, seguir paso a paso, seguir mejorando y seguir aprendiendo y evolucionando.
It's a beautiful feeling, especially after some difficult moments that I've gone through. It's a great league that I just debuted in, so it's a fantastic moment, and I think we just need to continue on down this path.
¿Y aprendiste algo de tu juego al jugar en esa liga contra ese equipo de de Portland. ¿Aprendiste algo de tu forma?
Did you learn anything from this match in the way that, in the style of football that they played?
Creo que es una liga muy competitiva, son jugadoras físicamente muy fuertes y creo que es una competición muy intensa y nada, seguir aprendiendo, seguir evolucionando como jugadora y como persona.
It's an extremely competitive league with a lot of physical players, which force you to improve as a player yourself. So I think it's definitely something that we are going to have to get used to and definitely get better.
Estás aquí en Utah por no mucho tiempo, regresas en verano. ¿Qué esperas sacar de tu tiempo aquí en Utah?
You get back, you're here until the summer. What do you hope to take away from the time that you were here?
Creo que es un corto tiempo, pero he venido aprendiendo, he venido a recuperar mi confianza y nada, lo que tenga que pasar, que pase y si todo se tiene que dar, sucede por algo.
I'm here to learn, I'm here to get my confidence back, and whatever happens, it happens for a reason, although I'm here for a short amount of time.
¿Cómo está el ambiente del equipo después de un partido como este?
What are the emotions that the team are feeling after a game like this?
Creo que todas estamos, no sé, con frustración, porque siempre trabajamos para ganar, todos los equipos trabajan para ganar, pero somos conscientes de que tenemos que seguir mejorando, de que seguimos que seguir, no sé, teniendo mucha más fuerza, unidas y seguir adelante y disfrutar este proceso y esta aventura de esta liga.
We're frustrated because we work to win. We all work to win. And when we don't, it's a very frustrating feeling. And I think we just need to move forward and just continue to improve so that this doesn't happen again.
Parker, anything from you? Nope. Doesn't look like it. All right. Gracias, Mona.
Gracias. Thank you so much. Gracias.
All right. We'll get started with Jimmy here. I think Caleb has the mic. Perfect. All right. Go ahead, Caleb.
All right. 3 losses in a row, 2 weeks, 2 games without a goal scored. How is the morale of this team right now after this loss?
It's hard to say. I think if you compare today with 2 weeks ago, I agree. Like, you lose 3 games, but this is another game. Like, I think this time you created opportunities. I think Brecken had a great opportunity. I think KK had 1-2 minutes in the second half, and I think that was a big difference with 2 or 3 weeks ago. That actually you're competing, you're in the game, you're doing what you have to do. You concede I don't know what happens, but you concede a very stupid goal, and then you have to be chasing. But I think it's a bit of the same image. Only this time you create something, you're in the box, but you just have to score that goal. I think we really had opportunities today, a few ones even. So that's the difference. I wouldn't say they don't deserve it, because at the end of the day, if you win, there is something going on. But like, I do felt today that we deserve it more than in any other game so far. So morale, like, let's just keep on working. It's just as simple as it gets. If people are able to look at themselves in the mirror and just look at the mistakes we're making on an individual level, then we'll get better from a team perspective.
What went into the 2 subs at halftime, and then what did you think of Mona and her debut as well?
Yeah, I think the 2 subs at halftime was to bring more energy. I think Aisha did an okay job in the first half. Had to put a lot of pressure, so you want to bring in KK because you see there is some space in the back. So I think KK did a good job defensively. She was pressing, she was making it hard. Obviously, for her at this point, it's just very hard offensively. I think she didn't want one-on-one, which is just, it's what it is at the minute. You have to give her grace. I think she came in pretty well, and then I think Dana came in with energy as well. I think that's what we wanted to do. Like, first half, you start very well, 12-13 minutes, then you go down in terms of energy, and you want to see the fire again. You just want to make sure that you get yourself into the game. I think pretty like the second half was actually what we had to do. Guzman coming in it's just very hard sometimes to. She's that type of player that needs a lot of space, that needs a lot of freedom, but like, there are also just responsibilities on a pitch that you have to do. And I think that's something that sometimes we're still lacking. Like, yes, we like the way you play, but you do have responsibilities on a pitch. And if you're not going to fulfill the responsibility, it's going to be hard to show what you want to show. Like, there's that balance that at this point is more negative than positive. And obviously you want to give her opportunities like we did today. And 2 or 3 times you're still like, you make it very clear before she gets up in, like, you have to be here, and whenever this happens, you have to be doing that. And then I think we're 20 seconds into her sub, and it's gone. Everything you just said, everything you just explained, is just not there. And like, those moments are just like for very young players, like just pick it up. Like we're not telling you lies, we're trying to help you. Like those are moments she has to pick up, and that's just something that's still in the head, and I hope we get it out of it.
Coach, thanks for speaking with us. There's been a bit of a pattern leading up to tonight where it's a tale of two halves, where it starts off slow. Tonight, though, the first 13, 14 minutes, great possession, great movement, work from the back, and then it just kind of dropped again, and then second half was, again, that kind of what we've come to expect, a difference. What do you attribute the first half performance to in your film watch and just what you've taken in?
Yeah, I just think it's a mental something. Like if you concede a goal, all of a sudden you start chasing instead of being dominant, and we're just not the team that very easily finds the solutions themselves. Like we have to be held from the sideline, which is fine. I think we do a very good job 14 minutes, and then you concede, and all of a sudden in their heads it's just something that's happening. All of a sudden you not have to score one goal, you have to start scoring 2 goals, which it's already very hard for us to score a goal at the minute, but all of a sudden you have to score 2. And I think also one of the things, and we said it before the game, but honestly, like it's very hard to just tell them, but I feel like sometimes we're heavily playing against the clock. Whilst that's the first thing we said before the game, like we shouldn't be playing against the clock. Like we have to make sure that we're dominant, that we're doing what we're doing. If it's minute 1, if it's minute 34, if it's minute 42, like we just have to make sure we're doing what we have to do. And then you concede, and you see that second half again, like all of a sudden you wake up, and technically second half, just the same as the first half. So, because from a technical point of view, you might need to change stuff, but at the end of the day, you just notice that the way you played in the second half is how you should have started the game, and you create opportunities. So it's not a tactical change, it's just getting into the first half straight away.
I'm going to sound a bit like a broken record, but yet again, good performances from my perspective on both Bianca and Yanni on those sides. Again, your feelings on the work rate and what they bring to the match.
I think that's one of the things I highlighted for the game, that it was actually disgusting that those are 2 players that have a great performance. What I mean by that is Yanni flew 15 hours to get back. She just had 1 night of sleep, an awful night of sleep, and she's playing the way she's playing. And then we have players that have been with us, got 3 days off last week, and are doing what they're doing today in terms of energy. I think that's just something people have to understand. Like Yanni comes up, Yanni is accountable. She wants to become a better player. She wants to be on the pitch. Same with Bianca. Bianca has a lot to prove. She has a 1-year contract. She stepped into her environment and she was like, let me show you what I'm capable of. I think that's like a big mentality, something that some players are just too relaxed, too calm. Maybe sometimes even too sure of playing. That might be an issue. But yeah, and I think you all know I'm not really a person of excuses, but if you have this many limitations when it comes to injuries, when it comes to playing minute, when it comes to everything, it's just also very hard to keep it competitive within a roster. I think that's what was going on today as well. I think I would have liked starting a total different starting 11, but we just weren't able to. I think those are the things that obviously next week you'll be able to, because you're past the international break, you're past everything. But like these are elements in our position that if you're not able to, that's an issue.
Around the 66th, when Amani came in for Brecken, you pushed Yanni up a little bit on the pitch. Was that simply what the game dictated? I mean, again, she had already put in a lot of miles. Is that what you saw that the game dictated? Was there something that you worked on previously where that was already planned for? What was the assessment there and the reason?
Just like if we assess right now what we're lacking offensively, it's just willingness. In my opinion, we're lacking willingness to attack and willingness to move forward and willingness to get into the box. And if there's one thing that Yanni was doing as a right outside back, it was getting in the box. So we just figured like if we can start her like 20 yards higher on the pitch, like she might be the most threatening player on the pitch. To be completely transparent, that was also the way we wanted to start the game today. But then both players have limitations. Both Imani and Yanni had a cap in terms of minutes and high speed. So that was what I meant with saying like we just have some limitations. But I think we'll see more of Yanni higher up on the pitch because she has that willingness. She scored a lot of goals with Valerenga in the past, so that's something we want to bring. But like it's just working and just making sure day by day that we're stepping forward.
From a super micro perspective, you were talking about the subs and stuff, but from just a very, very micro perspective, Mona comes on, and I think within like 40 seconds, she has that chance. She says it was a cross. It might have been a shot. Whatever it was a really good chance. I would
always say it was a shot. No?
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Always take the credit.
But when a sub comes on and kind of has a moment like that right away, is that what you guys talk about when you're with the energy that you're looking for from subs, is to kind of get at goal and see if you can make something happen like that?
I mean, you're a sub. And what I mean by that is you're a sub, you want to play. So you have to come on and show something. Like, that's as easy as it gets sometimes. Like, there is a reason why you're not starting. Sometimes it's a health issue. Sometimes it's another issue, sometimes tactically. But, like, the message we give them, like, look, you're getting 30 minutes. Show it. Like, show us why you should be playing. Like, show us a reason why. And I think she came home and, again, like, 2 or 3 very good moments. Switch with some bad moments when it comes to just positioning, like, basic stuff that she knows. Like, I'm 100% sure she knows. But, like, that's what we're giving. Like, I think Dana was a bit of the same. Dana came on the second half and the immense, like, she changed the game, and she makes Claudia play better by being more high, like being higher, giving Claudia more space. Like, that's the type of connections that we're looking for at the minute. But yeah, I think as a game changer, we call it game changers. Everyone does it nowadays. But, like, you're coming in and you have to show something. Like, you really have to prove yourself. And I think a few of them did today. I think a lot of appreciation for what Imani did, coming off from a very long injury, being that experienced, also sometimes not knowing what the future will bring after 2 years of almost not playing, but then being able to just switch that mentality, and being grateful that you're put in, but also wanting to bring something to the team and wanting to contribute. I think that was a big thing, so that's something we have to take with us as well.
It's a tough start to the season as compared to last season that you guys ended up really well. One of the things I like to see is Ana Tejada was playing the 6, connecting really well in the midfield with Claudia last season. Right now, due to all the injuries and stuff, she's been playing more the center back. Do you think that's something that once Ana can maybe go back to the 6 will help the team to improve and progress more in the season?
Tell me which center back I have to buy, and we'll do it straight away. No, like, it's an honest thing, but, like, do I think Ana should be playing higher? I said it last week. Yes, 100%. Are we capable of bringing her higher on the pitch? No, we're not. I think Lauren Flynn has been training well. Had some issues with the left foot 2 days ago. Was limited again. So it's kind of just waiting on getting people back on the building. Kale was 1 week of coming back, but it just got extended by 8 weeks. So, like, it's just we're in that corner at the minute. Like I said, Kale will take 8 to 9 weeks before she's back. Like, that's a bigger picture. And that's also what people have to see. Like, yes, we'll be good. I think we've shown today in the second half that we can also, we can be dominant, but we also can create. And it's about next steps, but also next steps are getting Paige back, getting Mina back, getting Kale back, getting Alex back. I think Alex is very close to being back on the pitch. Like, getting those players back and then actually being able to play in the way that you want to play.
And then throughout the game, I noticed that when Ali would have the ball, a lot of players were marking her, just trying to avoid that long shot from her.
Yeah.
Do you think there's something that you guys are going to have to play around, maybe get another shot for another teammate or something?
Well, the two things that you can do with that is you can try to have decoy runs to get Ellie more on the ball, or Ellie has to see what the options are when more people are pressing her. Because, like, you cannot have 3 people pressing you and not having one of your teammates free. Like, that's a bit of the balance. That's a bit of the point of recognition that we all have to recognize. Like, if I'm being pressed on by 3 players, that means that only 8 of them at that point, or even 7 of them, are responsible for 9 of us. So we have 3 players. Like, where are they? How can we find them? Like, that's just a point of recognition and things that we have to do. Ellie is our key player at the minute. She's very talented, but also, like, she's 20, 21. She has still a long way to go. So it's just something in terms of development. Like, do I shoot? Do I dribble? Do I pass? I think Bianca showed very well when she cut inside that she gave that ball to Bracken. Like, the previous weeks, we had other players in that position not giving that ball and shooting towards the goal. So that's good, but now we have to make that goal. I think if you make it, you have a momentum and you can come back, because we also have to be honest. I think Portland, they have the 3 points at the end of the day, but, like, I think we deserve more, in my opinion. I think we definitely deserve more.
Anything from you, Parker? All right. Thank you, Jimmy.
Good. See you next week.